myself, but this other competitor, Jerry Greengrass, which is really, really good, he said all three pieces were in midair when I cut the third one off. So, and I believe it too, but the saw is old now and I'm getting older, but I got tough competition going against John coming, but we'll see what we can do.
Eddie, thank you. Eddie's specialty is, he does well in everything, but the modified saws are probably the best thing that he does. And you know why I call him the cat? You know why I call Eddie the cat? It's not because he's that quick. He really is quick like a cat. And it's not because of the whiskers. You know why I call him the cat? Because when you throw him up in the air, he always lands on his feet. Stick around. We're going to do that later on. He doesn't know it. He can't hear me because I'm not talking at him. Eddie's cat. Now, John has been good in his day too, obviously. But at 82, you're going to give away some time. So what we're going to do, we're going to make an exception today. We're going to have, oh yeah, people, we need, we're going to have, the saws are going to be running in deference to John, also the weather. They're going to be on, you said you wanted to be on the wood. I'll be over here, 3, 2, 1, go. You want to be running on the wood, correct? Okay, all right. We've got to get the crowd, just for this one event, people. These chains have been known to come apart. No, back, not back further, side. Moses, let my chainsaw go. You there, even more. Back, we're getting close to the thing now. One more 100 steps, please. All right, that should be good. All right, yeah, these chains, John, don't start it yet, please. Who does? All right, well, let me finish this, okay? Yeah. Well, what did he hit? He hit something? Huh? And others. But the thing of it is, the sneaker's dead. The wound's gonna heal. They have stitches. They have antibiotics. Everybody cries about the fact that they've lost a sneaker, not that they cut themselves. Again, a good clean cut, but without the chainmail, we'd have Bobby Clark over here trying to bring you back to life. All right. Something you don't want to see, but with all the safety precautions in place, that's the way it goes. All right, we're gonna give you a warm-up. One more thing. Hold on, people. It's gonna be, might get loud. You weren't kidding. When they start them up, cover everybody's ears, please, because they are loud. They're going to get running, and then they're going to have the saws on top of the wood, correct? Running? Is that what you want to do? 3 cuts, down, up, and a down. All right? So I'm not going to say anything until now. Everybody ready? Warm them up, please. We call that oops. You didn't cut the saw, did you, Ed? You didn't come back and hit the tank, did you? Tell you a story about log rolling. Go ahead. 3 of them, you guys sort them out. About log rolling. And John and Ed were our next to last event. Well, I'm sorry, we're at the last one. Felling, pole felling. Eddie, you're going to fell a pole. You want to clear your saw? Ed and John, you want to clear your saws now? I know they can hear me. They just like to ignore me. They like to get, oh, Eddie can't get the chain off. John gonna do his? You want to clear your saws? You want to flush your saw? You want to flush your saw? 1 minute, okay, all right. I'll tell some more stories. Maybe they'll believe me. Anyway, the log rolling will be for little kids. You see the little log over there? It's no bigger than that. We got a little pike that you can play around with. And then we got disc stacking. That's 8 and under. We'll explain those as we go along. All right, who's competing today for these nice trophies? Come on, show of hands. Come on, I got to get you out. The adults, come on, guys. You gotta help me out here. Come on, everybody's got to give it a try. We got some beautiful trophies over there. We will not laugh at you. We will not humiliate you. Well, maybe at supper, but not here. I promise we won't. Really. And anybody who ever thinks they might like to get into this, talk after the show. We're always recruiting. You know, a lot of shows are local. We have them down in Connecticut, Brooklyn. That's a close one. A lot of them, Deerfield Fair. They're close. The big ones at Freiburg, you got to qualify for, but some of the smaller ones are very low-keyed, fun to get into. And your entry level will be the axe throwing and the two-person log roll. Now, John, I think, is going to fill a pole. Eddie's going to fill a pole. I need to have you people mark out your poles. That'll be Kevin, Jerry, and Chris. Chris, you might as well put one on the other sneaker and have a match set, you know? If you don't want to mark them out, I don't know if you have them, just pick a pole. These are red pine, and I wish to thank a lot of people before we wind up this show. Obviously, the 300th committee for standing behind me and making it possible. It's not a cheap show to run. You pay my people to come and put on the show for you. But the state park, Jeff Cates, I think it is, allowed me to go down there last week and take those red pine poles. Boy, those nice, straight, tall trees down there. And we were able to get 2 poles out of each tree, and then we chipped the top and still had a butt left over the bottom. Nice stuff. So red pine is harder, but red pine grows nice and straight. It's a good tree to chop on, but it is hard. John Palmer and Ricky Salfaro for last Friday night in 2 hours. We knew it was going to be tight. They came up after work. John brought his little machine, dug the holes for everything here. I had 2 other fellas, Keith and Bruce, with me. We managed to get them all on the ground. So it takes a lot, and they were here. Keith, Bruce, and myself were here all day yesterday getting it set up. And not to mention, prior to the shows, how far we have to go. So our last event, 4 felling poles, and we do happen to have some pumpkins. And we're going to smash the pumpkins. You know, that'd be a good name for a group. Huh? I think I'll send that one in. Smashing Pumpkins. I like that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to put you to the test. I don't think there's anybody here old enough. I'm not asking anybody younger. Somebody who's next to drooling like me. Anybody old enough to remember Queen for a Day? No, I'm serious. You're too young for that. I'm faking you. You do, huh? This show was the most pathetic show on television ever. No, I'm serious. If you don't know anything about it, it was a horrible show. Hold on, John. I thought I had everybody picked out. I think Ed's going to do it, John. Kevin, Jerry, Chris, and Ed. Ed's going to take a poll. Eddie's going to take a poll. Ed's going to take a poll. You're all set. Kevin, Jerry, Chris, and Ed. We're all set on the... Unless you want to take the back side, and Eddie can take the front side. You want to do that? All right, you talk it over with Ed and see. Anyway, back to pathetic TV shows. That's what I'm going to do out there. I'm going to put you to the test. These old ladies, I mean, I'm sorry, they were old. They look like they've been cleaning a house for 100 years straight. And what they did was they went on the show and they each told their own sob story of how pathetic their life was. And the audience would clap. And at the end of the show, I can't remember the name of the host, maybe somebody has that. He'd go along and put his hand over the first old lady's head and they would clap. And the meter would go up. Yeah, she's not going to win. The one who cried the most, the meter would go off the charts. It was the applause meter. I guess she won a year's supply of Ivory soap or something. I don't know. It wasn't much. But what I'm going to do is these people are out there. They're going to set the pumpkins out. And I'm going to put you to the test. I'm going to see if who you think is going to make the hit. We could have 4, we could have none. I'm going to try this out. You probably won't like it. Now, all the poles, make sure they're leaning, guys. If you want to push them out of, push them over to make sure they're going to go. They'll go wherever you cup them, really. And you have to, a felling hinge, etc., etc. You have to do that. So we got 4 coming down. This is it. And then we're going to take a break. If you haven't signed up already, or we got some cider donuts down there, and I think there's coffee. Souvenir stand over here. We need about 15 minutes. Please, I don't care if you think you can't do anything. We put this show on for you. Love to have you come out and give it a try. All right, let's see what we got going on down here. We're going to do the front side. I think Eddie and John are going to split. And actually, in college, I was privileged to be a member of a 6-person team at Nichols College right down the road. We had a forestry program at the time. And these events that we did here were part of a 6-man team. 3 teams of 2 cross-cut at the same time. They'd cross-cut, hand the saw. A lot of fun. But this event was a 6-man operation. 2 people with 1 person would make the front cut. The other fellow would make the back cut, and as soon as it hit the ground, 4 of us would run up. It's called felling and twitching. 1 guy would lift the pole up, 2 or 3 guys, and the other guy would tie a rope, and we had to drag it like crazy. So, they should do more felling. It's a disc stacking. It's a fun event to watch. But now I'm going to put applause meter. Am I cutting out here? Is everybody ready to do stuff? We're going to do this in sequence, not at the same time. Yeah, that'd be the best way to do it. That way you got plenty of room to swing. Oh, we got Jerry, Kevin, Chris. Is John going to take the backside in? Okay. Now, here's the applause meter. And, okay. Bingo. I need you to help. Jerry Alves, very accurate, very good. Mr. Smooth, even his hair stays smooth. He's good. Good at everything he does. How many people think Jerry's going to hit the pumpkin? Let me hear about it. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Kevin Carpenter. Kevin, my man. From Medicine, he's on the water department. There's another thing. Not everybody does this for a living as well. Sometimes that's better. Kevin, how many think Kevin's going to hit the target? Are you listening? I don't know. I think Jerry's still up there. All right, Chris is looking to get a match set out of his sneakers. How many think Chris is going to hit the target? I haven't heard an overwhelming decision yet. This is your last chance. How many think the 2-man team of Eddie Brightman and John Pastemski are going to hit the pumpkin? Let me hear it. Oh. That is definitely off the charts. All right, Jerry, you're first. Don't hit Kevin's pumpkin, so to speak. There's a hidden meeting there someplace, but anyway. This is how we're going to count you down for your events later on. Contestant is ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, red pine is substantially harder, so they won't be able to chip it out quite as easy, but that's a good action. You got a good front. This is a big event at the Freiburg Fair, only we have a little stake to hit up there. And they're poplar poles, which are a little bit softer. Wants to clean it out, make sure, if you're not in the business with a saw, you know any little deviation, the thing is off. Come on, Jerry, cheer him on, this is it. These are the last 4 doing it today. I definitely want to thank everybody for coming out. You've made it. I didn't know if it was going to be 2 people or 200. She's a wiggling like a tooth. Mighty hit it if it were a little closer. You want to move these? Yeah, now they're all going to move them closer. Yeah. Sure, put Jerry as a guinea. That would have been tight. I don't know if it would have made it or not. It was pretty close. Jerry messed up. I don't want to mess up. So the best way to try out the pitch is when you get home, I'm going to get a laundry bill one of these years. When you get home, go into your dad's underwear drawer. Lift it up, put them in the bottom. Okay, you're going to do that? Yeah, you should. He said, yeah. And squish it down. And in about 3 or 4 days, it'll be ready. You can take it out. And when Dad puts on his underwear, have your camera ready. Be worth the effort. Just kidding. There's going to be pictures. They're all going to dry and split on you. But still, you have a souvenir of the 300th. I think it's going to be the only one. We don't know. We've got a pretty good crowd here. Would you like to try this again next year? Oh, boy. Okay. All right, maybe. We'll see. God willing. All right, Kevin, are you ready? I didn't know Kevin was. Kevin, you're a southpaw. I didn't know that. All right, Kevin is ready. Time is ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Kevin's also going to show the problem. That's why he didn't throw the X. Doesn't all come from competing. It comes from accidents at work, slipping and falling, whatever. Competing is one thing. Practicing. I got to talk to a fellow from New Zealand many years ago. His name was Jim Wass, and he said, down under, you don't even think of going into competition until you have chalked about 1,000 blocks of wood.
Actually,
That's how tough the competition is down there.
I think it might be close.
Jerry giving him the advice here. Don't forget, after this, there's coffee, there's donuts, there's apparel over there to be had. We thank you again. I thank you for profusely. We put a lot of work into this. We need to have you come over and sign up. And if you don't, I'll put the turkey vulture on you. He's gone.
Probably to win something.
Pole's got a pretty good lean to it. It
Oh, it's
shouldn't
gonna
take
fall.
much to bring it off the back side.
And now,
That's called chipping, dropping and chipping, driving and chipping, trying to get the ship out of there.
it's gonna fall
Lucky for
soon.
you, yeah.
Definitely.
It's going soon.
Yeah, it's going.
Again, after this, won't be any announcing. You'll come sign up.
I think
We're
it's
not going to
going.
tell you your times. If you did a pretty good time, I want you to stick around. The trophies will be awarded at the end of the show. Both in town. I hope there's some out-of-town people here. If not, a great turnout from Hopkins, for sure. The tooth is wiggling.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's tipping. It's tipping.
Yeah, stay on your side, definitely. I can see that from over here, too. We'll give him advice and he's going to miss. Oh, this is looking good. Looking good.
That was so close.
Now, we told him to be on his side, and had he taken a little more when it fell, it wouldn't have pulled that way. Easier said than done. All right, Chris, are you ready? 2, 1, go. See how he goes back on that hip and swings that axe. Got good form here. This kid's going to be good. Competed with his father many years ago. Chris Sr. Actually, if they don't hit him, it'll be easier for me to clean it up tomorrow. Come on, I'm waiting for 2 hits here. Important. Accuracy is so important in this event, any event involving an axe. And he's got it here. Going left on you, I think. All right, here we go. Last chance, last train to Clarksville. 3, 2, 1, go. Eddie's a big saw man. Cross cut, bow saw. Chopping isn't his favorite. He agreed to do this because we had an extra pole, and I'm happy he did. He can't hear you, he's deaf. You're the last one, you might as well take your time. Now in a contest, you have a minute to put your pole on the ground. Even if you hit after a minute, you're disqualified because they want to keep the show moving. Come on, John, they're behind you, in front of you or next to you. Last chance. This has got to happen here. I think you want to stay on your side, John. Well, we can keep the pumpkins till next year. Give all the contestants a hand, please. They did a good job. All right, we love this. You have a turnout that gladdens my heart. Please stick around. Bring the little ones to compete.